A troubleshooting issue that we might have with a layer 3 ether channel is, of course, we're not able to ping from one VLAN to another VLAN across that ether channel, but the underlying issue might be a little difficult to spot. Here's what can happen. When you're configuring the ether channel initially, and it's a layer 3 ether channel, you could go into your individual interfaces and say that, all right, you guys belong to this port channel. You make them a member of the port channel before the port channel interface is ever created, and then you create the port channel. Well, you look at your running config, everything seems to be there. Why is this not working? All the pieces are in place. Well, you need to follow an order of operations. If you don't follow an order of operations, it can just fail to work. And unfortunately, as we see here on screen, there's not a tangible way to determine if that's what happened. But if you suspect that's what happened because your configuration looks accurate, but you think, oh yeah, I may have configured those things out of order, let's talk about how we fix it. We just walked you through an example of how we properly configure an ether channel. We're going to configure the port channel interface first, then we're going to go in and we're going to populate that port channel interface with members. If we did it in reverse order, there's not an easy way to fix it other than we need to get rid of that configuration. Let's go in and let's get rid of the port channel interface. That's what we're doing here. We go into global configuration mode and we say no interface, and we say port-channel, give the ID. We bring down that port channel interface. Now, after that, how do we fix things from there? Well, we're going to, you put everything back the way it was, and then you just, as we're doing in the bottom example, we're just starting from scratch. We're going to, in the correct order, first build the virtual port channel interface. Then we're going to go into the individual ports, and we're going to say, all right, you guys are going to be members, and here's we say channel-group, and the ID, this ID points to this ID that we specified when we created the port channel in the first place. We say, all right, you guys are going to be a member of this interface. Order of operations. It's a difficult issue to spot if it's done wrong, but I wanted you to be aware that that's a possible issue, and a resolution is to rip everything out that you just did and put it back from scratch. If we have the same symptom, device on this VLAN cannot ping a device on this VLAN over this layer 3 ether channel, what else might be going on? Well, and again, I was showing you this out on the live interface, so we'll just stay here in the slide for now. What could be going on is we have a different protocol, a different ether channel protocol on the opposite sides of our ether channel. One side might be running Cisco's PAGP, the port aggregation protocol, while the other side is running the industry standard link aggregation control protocol, or LACP, and they are not compatible. They are different. We need to make sure that we're running the same. We want to make sure that we're running the same protocol. In fact, I do want to show you one thing. Let's go back out to the interface, and here is a command we can issue to get some more information about our ether channel. I didn't show you this one earlier. We could do a show ether channel summary command, and this tells us for this port channel, I've got port channel 1, and we see very clearly its protocol. It's running PAGP, and we see what members it has. These ports are the physical ports making up this virtual port channel interface. We could look at this on one switch and say, we're PAGP. We go look at it on the other switch and make sure that we're PAGP there as well. If we're not PAGP and we want to be PAGP, we need to make a match, whichever one it is. We need to go into that virtual interface and issue this command and specify a mode option, and context-sensitive help can help us out here. As you're looking at the different options in context-sensitive help, we saw it earlier, it will tell you this is just for PAGP or this is just for LACP. So that's going to help us make the right selection as we're trying to make the protocol at each end of our layer 3 ether channel match.